So we have an RV today. We're down to just two jobs as far as I know. We have an SUV and then we have the RV. I don't know if there are any actual properties left to do. Um, it's another one of those quirky simulator games, so I don't know if it has a story really. It has somewhat of a story going on, something about the mayor and his cat. I haven't been paying super close attention, but every time, every time. Hang on, let me check. They're driving me crazy at this house. The nonstop at the door. Mm. You got a lot of gunk on this metal that does not come off easy. I guess you kind of figure the front would be the dirtiest. Where you're going to hit all of your bugs and what else do you hit while driving? I don't know, plant spores, dirt, dust. When in the world did you guys take this RV? It is cankered. Who's streaming on a Sunday? Yeah, you're right. I don't stream on Sundays a lot, do I? Lately, I've been trying to stream as much as possible. For one, to have something to do to stay consistent, you know, and two, so we could play catch up. Is somebody graffitiing the tire? Tagging? How would you call it? Tagging? Well, and I guess it's only called tagging if you put like a gang sign or something, or your whatever your street name is. Maybe I don't know. I don't know a lot about that. Ding. Ooh, yeah, the top of it. I just realized there's no door here. I guess you're meant to get in on the other side. Interesting. Even the headlights are caked. How did you see to drive this with the headlights caked? I hope they weren't driving at night. I guess RV life must be pretty fun because a lot of people do it. Bing. What would you call this color of green? You all wanted to drive your own mystery machine? Yeah, the mystery machine's pretty cool. Calypso? Maybe. I don't know what color Calypso is. I didn't know that was a color. It's a very nice green, though. I like it. You're going to be stubborn, huh? Let me get down real low and see where I'm missing. Stubborn dirt and grime. Wonder why that didn't ping. I got it as clean could be. Driving Miss Pebbles. Oh, their live stream flop. You have to really hold it on one spot and concentrate. It's real funny to me that the paint hasn't faded on this. Must be newer. That or they stripped it down and repainted it. Because when you paint a car or a vehicle of any kind, you don't just go over it with a new paint job like you would a wall in your home or something. No, you got to sand it down, sandblast it, or sand it by hand or with an electric sander. Um, I'm not I'm not 100% sure how they do it. I just know that when you're painting a car, you have to sand it down and get rid of the paint that's there because you want a smooth, clean base surface, metallic surface, and then you go from there. I've never watched anybody paint a vehicle, but I've seen a ton of vehicles prepped for paint. I mean, they're putting tape around like the doorknobs and stuff, or the mirrors and stuff. I've seen a lot of that in my time. I've seen the finished results of a paint job. Ew. This dirt has a lot of places to hide. Doesn't it? No, I didn't mean to fall. Well, since I'm here. Yeesh. This front end is going to take some serious attention. Ding. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba. I'm doing the same thing today that I did the other day. I filled my Dr. Pepper full of peanuts. Don't ask me why it's so delicious. It just is. It's not exactly the healthiest thing either, but it's the kick I've been on lately. Wow. I missed the whole splotchy area over here. Well, I mean, Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda. I don't really care for any other soda. I don't like Coke. I don't like Pepsi. I don't like fruity drinks at all. Not a fan of like fruity flavored stuff. I guess Monster might be my second favorite drink, but even with Monster, I always drink Diet Dr Pepper, and then I always drink the zero sugar Monsters. Um, Not that any of it's necessarily healthy, but the lesser of two evils, you know. I like tea a lot. I don't like coffee. I hate coffee. I find coffee to be gaggy and disgusting, and people are always like, "What? How can you not like coffee?" I just don't. I'm sorry. I like it. Gross. I call it dirt water because that's what it tastes like. Actually, dirt would taste better than coffee. But people are so offended when I tell them that, like I've attacked their mother. I don't know. I just don't like coffee. I don't know why I like Dr. Pepper the way I do. You know, I just do. I don't even know what's in it. I don't know what you would call the flavor. Somebody once tried to tell me it was like prune juice and some other stuff. I was like, well, that's delicious then. I did have a regular Dr. Pepper recently, like a full sugar, full fat Dr. Pepper. And ooh, it was strong. It did not taste the same as Diet Dr. Pepper at all. I don't know that I can go back to full soda now. I'm so used to drinking the diet stuff and water now that when I drink like a full soda, full fat soda, it's such a shock to my system and my taste buds. I don't know. If I had to drink out of Coke and Pepsi, I find Coke to be more. Um, Coke is better than Pepsi. I don't like Pepsi. I find Pepsi to be absolutely disgusting. I don't know how anybody can drink Pepsi, but there are diehard Pepsi fans out there. And I'm just like, you do you. You do you. Uh-oh. What's happening? My neighbor was out there taking pictures of the standing pools of water in her yard. Wonder if they got flooded. It flooded pretty bad here yesterday. Not at my house, but like in my neighborhood in general. It rained for like 2 days straight. So the flooding was pretty intense. Redeemed Hydrate drinks Pepsi. You like Pepsi? I mean, more power to you if you like it. I'll tell you another drink I don't like, and it's alcohol. I don't really care for alcohol in any shape or form. I've tried when I and a lot of people will start drinking before the legal drinking age. I get it. I'm a square, whatever. But when I turned 21, Tyler and I we went to the store and bought some wine coolers that are like 5% alcohol. It's nothing. And we drank those on my birthday, on my 21st birthday. I tasted beer once and thought it was the gaggiest thing in the world. But since then, I've tried. I've had vodka a handful of times. It's okay. It goes down hard. I've always wanted to try whiskey and scotch and like the cliche man drinks, but I just haven't had the opportunity. And I just don't care for alcohol. I don't like what it does to my brain. Like, I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I like to go in the opposite direction. I guess the same with being high, too. I don't really care for the sensation of being high. I don't like it. I don't know why they call it high either. Stoned, under the influence, whatever you want to call it. I don't care for that kind of stuff. If anything, I want to go in the opposite direction. I'm over here drinking soda and monster drinks to make sure my ass is awake. Ba, 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 ba. Let's just clean this off. Whatever this is. It's clean. This piece is clean. They're all too sweet. Yeah, they are very sweet. And I grew up drinking soda on a regular basis. We also made Southern, like American Southern sweet tea, which we put entirely too much sugar in there. Usually people tend to put like 2 cups of sugar per gallon, or that's what my mom put. She put 2 cups of sugar per gallon. I don't know how we didn't die. I don't know how, but I grew up on sugar. I grew up on sugar and soda like it was crack. And then, in my 30s, I was, as an adult, you're responsible for what goes into your body. So one day I was like, I need to break this habit. So I started drinking more water. I started using artificial sweeteners a lot in my teas, and using stuff like stevia instead of actual sugar. Um, Trying to make, big changes. And I was still drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper, um, not the diet, the regular, up until my 30s. But like I said, in my early 30s, I was like, let's do something different. Let's try the diet Dr. Pepper and see. So I kind of been on that for a long time now. And now my palate has adjusted. So happy face. Goodbye, happy face. It is disheartening how much crap they put in our food and our beverages. Because you can go to the supermarket, you can go to a convenience store, wherever, and you can just look at all the various drinks on the shelf, and it's all full. If it's not just straight up sugar, it's high fructose corn syrup, which I've talked about this on the show before. Sometime I want to say in the 20th century, farmers kind of lobbied the government to say, hey, high fructose corn syrup can be just as effective as sugar. It tastes just as sweet, if not sweeter. There was a whole thing. I'm reluctant to talk about it because I need to refresh my memory because I learned about it so many years ago and I don't want to misspeak. But I know there were some shenanigans going on there. I know there was some fuck shit with high fructose corn syrup. And then, like every other country is taking the dyes out of stuff, like the red 40 and whatnot. Not America. They're just cramming that cancer causing shit into every food and beverage that, product that they can. And it's funny because if you look at, let's say you go to the market and you buy an orange juice in Europe, it's going to look like orange juice. But in America, they want that shit to look like it's glowing orange for whatever reason. It's a marketing thing. Yeah, typically, Americans are much dumber than every other country on the planet. And they can't go to the store and discern for themselves what's juice and what's not juice. You have to hold their hand. So it's hard to just get orange juice. I mean, obviously you can go to the market and buy a gallon of orange juice or whatever, but like it's hard to go to a convenience store, like you're traveling, you're on the interstate or the highway and you need to go to a quick gas station or something and just get, like, maybe you're in the mood for an orange juice. You're not going to find orange juice. You're going to find a beverage full of orange dye and high fructose corn syrup, and it's not going to be actual orange juice. It's going to be garbage. It's going to be swill. And they do that with every fruit drink. So that's the world we live in, you know. And then everybody is sick all the time. Everybody has diabetes, and their livers and kidneys give out before they're 70, and everybody's like, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. Oh, really? You don't know how this happened? Yeah. Living under capitalism is a nightmare. It's a nightmare that I can't wake up from. And then you get the people who whine about the aspartame, like the artificial sweeteners in my Diet Dr. Pepper and whatnot. And I'm just like, you know what? At this point, if it kills me, it kills me. I'm tired of fighting. Which is what they want at the end of the day. They want you to give up and just shut up and consume. But like, I did good just to get off of the full fat sodas and the dyes and the sugars and the fructose corn syrup and blah 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 blah. You know, I did a lot in my life to get off a lot of junk, and I'm still struggling every day with eating garbage. It's very hard. There by law, the packaging must say orange juice or orange flavored juice. Yeah, they don't do that crap here. They'll just flat out lie and say orange juice. They don't discern. There's no differentiating here. I don't know why I read that as differentiated after the fact, but that word tripped me up there for a moment. Now, I will say, one of the things they do here is they'll put the nutrition label on the back that tells you what's in it. But most people don't look at that. Most people will go to the store and they're like, okay, I want orange juice. And there'll be an entire section dedicated to orange juice. And it'll say like Fanta, orange flavored, whatever, or just orange juice, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So the onus is really on the consumer to pick up a product and look at the nutrition label, which they here, it's law, you have to put that on here too. And you have to read what all's in there. Serving size 1 can, calorie 0, total fat 0, sodium 60 milligrams, protein 0, total carb 0. So it's a diet soda. Carbonated water, caramel color, aspartame, phosphoric acid, natural and artificial flavors. Okay. What does that mean? What are the artificial and natural flavors? Sodium benzoate as a preservative, caffeine, I can't make out what that is. The print is too. I can't make that out. Plano, Texas, huh? Hmm. But yeah, one of the sneaky things they do here, and I don't know if they do this elsewhere. The big problem there is dairy products, milk, cheese, or yogurt. They sell you anything but that. Ooh, yeah, that's. Mhm. I gotta imagine that's an issue. Here, there are strict regulations on that kind of shit. That don't fly here. Of course, one of the problems here is that there are so many people here that you have to do factory farming. So they keep artificially inseminating cows and they keep them pregnant pretty much around the clock so that they'll produce milk, which is a nightmare and animal abuse. But then they'll take that milk and they'll process the hell out of it because they don't want you to know just how much blood and pus is in the milk because there are giant machines that are hooked up to the udders. It rubs the udders raw and it's constantly milking the udders around the clock. So you have tons of blood, and their organs, those udders and whatnot, are going to swell up. They're going to leak with pus. All that gets into the product, and they probably end up having to like process and process and process, and then like blast it with coloring. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared to drink milk anymore because I don't know what all's in it. They pasteurized the hell out of it to make it look decent, make it look like an actual product, but I couldn't tell you. I'm not confident that what we're drinking is actual milk anymore. And people will go to alternatives. They'll go to like almond milk and stuff, which ultimately is probably better. I tried almond milk once and it was disgusting. But what can you do? Um, One of the things they do here now, and I don't know if they do this in every country, but all natural. They like to use the words all natural, which is a lie. They'll say on the packaging, like all natural orange juice, no preservatives, no whatever. That's a lie. It's still full of shit that they've added to it. This is going to be a tricky angle to. Ping. Jabus. The absolute filth of it all. You don't drink milk, but you do eat cheese. You buy it from the neighbors and make it themselves. Yeah, that's the best way to go. If you're fortunate enough to live near a farm or no farmers and you can get it yourself, that's the best route to go, honestly. I don't think I've ever actually had real cheese that's not processed to hell and back. I don't know that I've ever had any fresh food that's not been processed. I mean, I've had fruits and vegetables, but it's not fresh off the farm. We did have plum trees in our yard. When we first moved here in 91, there were plum trees growing on the property. So I've had fresh plums right off the tree. And that's probably the closest I'm ever going to get to having something right off the tree, you know. Almonds, pecans, I've had those. Those grow around here naturally. Pecans do. A lot of people will go out and pick pecans when they see a pecan tree growing somewhere. Because we have them both on people's private property and on public, like government property. And a lot of people will just go out there with a Walmart bag or whatever, a shopping bag, and just pick up as many as they can pick up. So I've had plums fresh off the tree. I've had pecans fresh off the tree. Um, that might be about it, honestly. I can't think of anything else I would have had in my life that was not produced and frozen and preserved. Honeysuckles. Honeysuckles grow like crazy around here. When we were kids, we'd pick the honeysuckle. We'd pick the flower off the plant and pull the little stem and eat the little dewdrop of honey or pollen or whatever grows in those. Is it difficult to plant trees? Plants grow slow things in your area because of the storms and the wind? No, not really. The only thing about planting stuff around here is just the length of time it takes. You know, by the time you plant a tree, you're 60 when it's finally old enough and giving you fruit. So, but no, um, honestly, I sensationalize the weather a lot, you know, through Discord and what you see, like in my blogs or whatever. But that's, I mean, our stormy times of the year tend to be when the temperatures are like in between. So springtime is a really stormy time for us, and then sometime during the winter, either early winter, late winter, I don't remember. But we typically have two times a year where the wind is really bad and the storms are really bad. Although we've been very fortunate for the past, I don't know, handful of years, we've not had a ton of severe weather. Um, I don't know how to explain it. Oh my God. It really wants me to get all up in here. Um, Typically, when a tree falls around here due to the wind, it's like an elderly tree that's been there forever. You know what I mean? We don't really lose a lot of trees to the wind. They're too deeply rooted. Um, but yeah, I guess I never thought of that from an outsider's perspective. I do kind of make it look like it does nothing but storm here, don't I? I really like the weather and I really like posting about it when it does happen. But I do play it up a lot because I find it so fascinating. Get the muffler all clean. No, it does kind of vary depending on where you live in the United States. What your climate's going to vary depending on what part of the country you're in. So, like if you live in Florida, it's really easy to grow oranges. But the further north you get out of Florida, it becomes really hard to grow oranges. It's not impossible, it just becomes a little more difficult. California, I believe, is grape territory. Georgia, next door to me, is peaches. They're really famous for their growing their peaches. Um, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head what each state grows, but probably Google it and find out. In your area, it's easy to plant and grow anything. Yeah. Where you live, the further south you go, colder it's going to be year round. For me, it's the opposite. The further south we go here, the hotter it gets year round. For me, I got to go north to get cold. That's why I couldn't live in Canada. Mm-mm. I can't. Canada gets what? Warm weather for 2 or 3 months out of the year, and then the rest of the time it's just frozen. I can't do that. I can't live where it's cold all the time. You really expect me to? I can't get in there any further. How do you expect me to? You stone bitch. Oh shit. Okay. Las Vegas is like a desert. Yeah, pretty much. Las Vegas is nothing but desert. I always found Las Vegas to be interesting. People who live in Nevada in general, I don't know how they live out there in the desert. I just don't get it. I'll never understand them desert peoples, them there desert folk. I'll never understand why people choose to live in the desert or a frozen tundra. Humans aren't meant to live there. We need a more temperate climate, you know. Hold up. Ooh, stretch a little bit. Hmm. Hey, the sun's out. I just realized. Yay! It's been cloudy, gray, and overcast for like 4 or 5 days now. The sun is back. It's back. Ding. What do the birds think of the new feeder? I don't know that any of them have eaten from it yet. Not seen any birds out there yet. And what's funny is we had a loaf of bread that went bad because nobody's been eating the bread here at the house. But I threw all the bread out the back door yesterday, and I've not seen any birds or squirrels eating the bread or from the bird feeder. I don't know. I mean, it's winter, so like 90% of our birds have flown south for the winter, but the bird species that are still here don't really seem to be all that interested. Come springtime, I won't be able to keep that thing full. When they all fly back north of the equator, I won't be able to. All our birds flew down to you for the summer. But I am looking forward to snapping some pictures and trying to sneak some video without them noticing. I got to get my hummingbird feeder put back up during the spring too. That'll be fun. That will be fun to watch. Yeah, I feel guilty. That's why I put my bird feeder up. I'm like, deforestation, and we're paving every inch of the planet now with asphalt. I feel guilty. Well, damn, I missed part of the tire here. There we go. Let's see if I missed the other tires. Yep. $95%. I think we did pretty well with this job. Okay, I see a spot. You climb your happy little ass right back up there. Get up there. Maybe if I get it from this angle. There we go. Hmm. Wow, you really got to get in there, huh? Did I not get all of the bumper? I could have swore I did. Whoops. Ping. Okay, now it's time to start going over it with a fine tooth comb. All right. Well, that's going to be kind of hard to do. We just make sure I get all of this. Brake lights? Is that all that's left? I see you glowing orange. Ta-da! Greetings and salutations. I didn't watch that video yet, but I saw the thumbnail and it was the gaggiest thing I've seen in a long time. Oh, it was bad. It was rough. Look at me go. Oh my God. There's a helicopter. Hey, you know what? This vehicle looks like the kind from the Lost World Jurassic Park. I've done so many of these jobs now that we just come in here and blast it with water and we're done in 5 seconds. Remember when it used to take me forever to get these done? What am I eating? Oh, so I put salted peanuts in my Dr. Pepper. Delicious. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Like, I don't know the origins. My dad taught it to me when I was a fetus, but apparently it's a thing. Part beverage, part food. I don't know. Again, I don't know where it came from. Like, I don't know who thought one day, you know what would make this taste good? Oops. Yeah, roasted sunflower seeds are really good. Roasted seeds of almost every kind are delicious. Pumpkin, sunflower, peanuts, almonds, cashews. They're pretty good. Woo. I like how my version of standing up from the crouch is just a jump. Bumpers, huh? I bet it's the back bumpers too. Yep. Ta-da! That might be the fastest job yet. Boom. What? Oh, hell no. Okay, hang on. Remember these? Uh-oh. Going to withdrawal symptoms over your Taco Bell hot sauce flavored sunflower seeds. You know, I have been eating a lot of fast food lately. I think it's time to cut it out again. Might be time to dial it back. I thought this job was going to be quick and easy, but it's so particular because of its shape. Might be a little too close. Yeah, this is difficult. I got to get hyper focused for a second. Give me a second. Really? You know what would help? I could do this. Stand on the penny farthing for 10 seconds. Really? What if I crouch on it? Do, 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 do. Yeah, I wasn't expecting an achievement. Caught me off guard. What's left? There's nothing left. Petals? Wow. Well, that's hard. Because I can't really get up in there. Hang on. Oh. Can see, attack it from this angle. Handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars. With no handlebars. With no handlebars. And I can clean this penny farthing with a waterfall. With a waterfall. Ta-da! What a tremendous job! I don't even know if you can get one of these anymore. I mean, obviously, I don't think they manufacture these anymore. But I don't know. You'd probably pay through the nose getting these somewhere at a specialty shop. The chat overlay is still monotone. It shouldn't be. Why is it? Wait, why is it monotone? Hold up. You're right. It is. Uh oh. Hang on. Did I break something? Oh, I did break something. My bad. How long has it been that way? I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. Well, I guess it's helicopter time. Let's do this. Oh, wait, is this the fire helicopter? It is. Ooh. Well, let's get this umbilical cord cleaned first. Do 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 do. I should get a jetpack. Oh yeah, jetpack would really make this fun, wouldn't it? Hell yeah. You know what I've been thinking about getting IRL? I've been thinking about maybe getting a drone. Nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be super like expensive or fancy. Just any old little drone that can go up pretty high so I can get like an aerial view and look around. I guess some of them might come with cameras. I'm thinking most of them just come with camera mounts. I just strap my cell phone to it, honestly, and let her ride, and hope that I don't lose the thing. I've never been in a helicopter before or an airplane. That's on my bucket list. Now that I've gotten a little older, my bucket, like, I didn't have a bucket list per se. There were just things that I've always wanted to do. But now that I'm getting older, I've officially started my bucket list. And at the very tippy top is riding an airplane, a train, a helicopter. I don't even have to go anywhere. It just take me up, fly me around for like 10 minutes. Boom. Achieved. You know what I mean? I just want the experience. Now, I've been in a helicopter on the ground. We went to visit my uncle on base years and years ago, and he walked us over to like a decommissioned helicopter they had on the ground just for tourists. But we didn't go, up in it. That was a base we didn't have to sneak on to. There used to be a government base near my house, decommissioned, of course. I don't think it had been used since the 50s. But it had the fence around it and the do not enter restricted area signs up. Of course, people in my neighborhood have been sneaking onto that base for years and years and years, decades even. And we used to sneak on that base from time to time to dick around. There's nothing out there. The buildings that were out there were collapsing in. They had these huge underground bunkers where they used to store munitions and stuff, but they've been empty my whole life. Now it's been fully purchased. The city bought it from the government, and they use it as an ATV park now. So everybody goes out there and rides their four-wheelers and stuff. Did you sneak onto it? I mean, yeah. There's tons of holes in the fence. People have been sneaking on that base since before I was born. Like I said, it's not. There was nothing out there, and now it's open to the general public anyway. But we did technically sneak on base. Decommissioned base, but still base. Allegedly. You been on a medical helicopter when you were younger? Oh. Hey, that counts, I guess. I don't know. We'll say it kind of counts. 50% counts. Because the hospital in my city has that too. The little helicopter pad. Of course, ours isn't on top of the hospital. It's out behind it. Because our hospital's on the top of a hill. So it's really easy to take off from back there. But I've watched them land and take off plenty of times. I think it's in my old vlogs from like 2019 or 2020. There's a lot of stuff in those old vlogs. If you go back and comb through, I used to get out of the house a lot. More than I do now. I need to get back to getting out of the house on a regular basis, though. I wonder what state we're in. That's another thing. Like, I don't... Have they said what state we're doing all this pressure washing in? Because there are no active volcanoes anywhere in the United States. Not to the cartoonish level that this game shows. And we have tons of volcanic activity, underground geysers, stuff like that, but not like they're showing. Not the classic Earth pimple. Let's see. Oh, snap. The Yellowstone. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we have Yellowstone, we have Yosemite, we have volcanic places, but we don't have like the cartoony, you know, mountainous looking volcano. Um, Hawaii, if Hawaii counts. Well, I guess it does count, but I was more talking about like the continental United States. I believe it's ladder time. I can actually just get up here. Oh, hell yeah. Look at me. I should take you guys up to Huntsville one day. A couple hours drive from here. We have the Aeronautics Space Center here in Alabama. It's a museum. That would be really cool to go to. I'll have to do that one day. Honestly, I think it's the most important thing we have in the state. The most non-redneck thing we have in the state. Mount St. Helens. Yeah, Houston has its space center too. Where's Mount St. Helens? Is that up in Oregon or Washington? Is that even in the United States? I don't... What the hell is Mount St. Helens? I know the name, but I don't know much about it. Lord. I knew it. Washington State. Yes. Now, okay. I thought that's where it was. I was thinking that's where she was. Yeah, when Yellowstone goes, it's going to be an extinction level event, but it probably won't go for, I don't know. I don't know how far out we are away from Yellowstone blowing. They say it's pretty far out. Well, in human terms, it's pretty far out. Geological scale, it's not that far. It could be thousands, hundreds of thousands, a million. I don't know. But again, in geological terms, a million years is nothing. So, I don't know. I just know that Yellowstone is a powder keg, and when it goes, it will go. I don't know that you'll be able to live or do any farming whatsoever in the continental United States. California, maybe? I don't know. Oh, it'll completely eradicate North America. You're not going to be doing any farming for a million years or better. I don't know. Again, I'm not a geologist. I just have a very basic understanding of like how fucked we are if Yellowstone were to blow today. Because I think it's classified as a super volcano. So when it goes, it's going. Now this bad boy's got a lot of little nooks and crannies. It's gonna make getting in there difficult. Yeah, the nuclear winter is gonna be really bad when it goes. My helicopter. Say hello to my helicopter. Why am I doing this the hard way? I could be propping my arms right here on the drawer of this desk. The hose is clean. Do, 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 do. Everything is so filthy. Do, 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 do. Got it. It fought with me, but I got it. I got it. Put a cork in the volcano, problem solved. Actually, you're making a whole new set of problems if you do that. And there ain't a cork. We could not engineer a cork that could stop a volcano. There's just no such thing. Because even if we could cork a volcano, which we can, it's impossible. That fucker's just going to blow somewhere else. Like you're just diverting pressure at that point. When she's got to blow, she's got to blow. I saw it in Minecraft. Well, Minecraft is very accurate. Minecraft's the most accurate video game ever made. I trust Minecraft explicitly. Minecraft is our Bible. We should get back on some Minecraft. I miss it. I just have so much else to play. There's no time. I really wish my neighbor would come home without tub thumping. It's so aggravating. Nobody wants to hear your music. Nobody but you. You careless, thoughtless piece of shit. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get in there. Oops. At least I got rid of the I got rid of the blue lines. So when I hit the hot key by mistake that turns the camera off, there's no longer little lines on the screen. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. There we go. I was not stuck. I was just pressing the wrong button. Cause I'm a dingo. Oh God. Hey you. Yeah, you. You're sick and tired of volcanoes erupting all the time while you're on your morning drive to the very workplace you hate, but also your only escape from your wife constantly jabbering at you about random bullshit. Well, fear no more. Buy the new Volcano Cork, artistically engineered to successfully stop volcanoes from erupting so you can continue your depressing meaningless life. Only $9.99. Batteries not included. Sales tax not included. Cork may not actually work. A bit would have been a lot better if I didn't stumble all over it. I should read more. My brain's gotten lazy because I don't read often. See, I see it in there. It's hard to get to. Okay, let me see. Guess we can start getting this part. No, don't climb the ladder. Go beside the ladder. I'll be honest with you, I am speaking of my neighbors. They just moved in, what, into summer, early autumn, during autumn, something like that. I don't remember what month they moved in, but I'm kind of hoping that they don't. When spring gets here and I want to sit with my windows open and enjoy the smell of flowers and everything blooming, something tells me all I'm going to smell is weed 24 hours a day. I'm going to smell weed. I'm going to hear the scream talking. It's going to, night and day, it's just going to be, it's not going to be, it's not going to be great. Can I get fully down in that little nook and cranny? Why do you assume that? Well, I have my reasons. In the neighborhood I live in, a lot of these homes were built in the late 70s, early 80s. So the original people who bought these homes after they were built, they've raised their families and they've either died or retired and moved. So new people have come in and bought these homes, or the people who still own them but have moved rent them out. And the kind of people that rent are the kind of people who don't give a shit about the neighborhood because they're renting. They don't live here. They don't care about permanence. They don't care about being a like there's no, they don't care about their neighbors. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it any other way. Um, it's a socio-economical thing. It's as unflattering as it is to say, it's different social classes. Because a lot of the people that are moving into this neighborhood now come from the projects or neighborhoods that are less fortunate than we are. So they're bringing in their habits from living in the projects and stuff like that. And again, it's very hard to talk about without sounding like hateful, classist, racist, that kind of thing. It's very hard to talk about. And I apologize to anybody that might be offended by, my commentary on the matter. But you can't really be PC and talk about how things actually work in the real world. So, like every time my neighbor comes home, he comes home with his music blasting and thumping. You can hear it over my box fan, over my earbuds. I can hear it. And that's called disturbing the peace. Technically breaking the law. And I've already gotten a handful of whiffs of, like, in the past 10 years, the marijuana smoke has got, or the marijuana smell in my neighborhood alone has gotten so bad. It's very hard to just go outside anymore without choking on it. Everybody's smoking everywhere all the time. And it's annoying and I hate it. So I guess essentially what I'm saying is my neighborhood went from being like a middle class thing to a lower class area. Because everybody that lives here now is moving in from those areas. Well, I mean, yes, renting is the only logical answer. Buying is too expensive. But again, bear in mind, this house, my parents bought this house in 1991. They had a 20-year mortgage, I think, give or take, maybe 30-year mortgage. I don't remember. But they paid it off and they own this house. They own the house and the land that is sitting on. Now, they put my sister and I in the will to inherit the house. So my sister and I can do whatever we want. We can sell it. We can hang on to it, whatever we want. But my parents never moved out of this neighborhood. And my sister and I never really moved either. So we're kind of just stuck here, in this neighborhood until we decide to move out. So it's an ugly thing to say. It's not. It's not being nice. Because different classes of in society have different ways of living. They have different sensibilities. You know what I mean? When you live in a suburban area, you might have a get together on the weekends. Maybe you do a barbecue. Maybe you have a radio play. Maybe you're a little noisy. That's fine. I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about that. Life's for living. You're gonna make noise, but it's you know when it's constant and you're screen talking in the front yard. You gonna join the blunt roach? Nah. I just don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Again, there's no polite way to talk about it. You're always gonna offend somebody when you talk about this kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean you can never talk about it. It just means that it's not polite. I don't know. To me, at the end of the day, it's about like using common sense. It's about common courtesy. You need to really you need to really stop and think about how your actions are affecting the others around you. Like you're coming home or you're driving down the street through a neighborhood at 3:30 in the morning and you're booming to the point where you're rattling the windows of every house you pass. You're being an asshole. I'm sorry. It is what it is. No step and me standing here. Uh-oh. I'm trying to eyeball as much of the dirt as I can before relying on the hint system. Oh, Lord. And back up without falling off. Essentially, yeah. It's the hood now. I was trying to be a little more, polite about it, but yeah. 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 You read between the lines. You knew what I was talking about. Which it's a real shame because my neighbors are really nice. They're really great people. It's just they can be really inconsiderate with the blasting of their music. Okay. I left a lot of dirt on the nose. Damn. Ping, 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 ping. Uh. Okay. No, I fell. I got a leg itch. Uh-oh. Let me see what this email's about. Oh. Okay. Hmm. My God. I miss so many spots. Damn. Okay, now, come on. I kind of figured this bar was going to be a pain in the ass. I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Jeez. Okay. Might be time to call in the big boy. Where can I put this that would be the most useful to me? Let's try this spot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Shit. Oh. I got it. Oh, I didn't even notice that I missed the whole top of this thing. No, I can't reach. Can if I do that. Crap. Side. Whoop. Where's my ladder? %. We broke the 90 percentile. Hell yeah. Hell no. I missed this whole part too. Ooh, I bet I missed this doohickey on the other side. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm just pinging all over the place. Gotta go around. I'm gonna have to get right here and then I'm gonna have to crouch. And then I'm gonna have to be very careful. Look at all this. Look at this spot I missed. Damn. Oh my god. Okay, now how am I gonna... I guess I can do it. Well. Now that's tough. Please don't fall. You fell anyway, didn't you? You kind of a bitch. How dare you fall? No, don't climb the ladder. Eat up the ladder. Oh, shit. Well, I got nowhere to stand out here. Well, okay. I don't think that's how helicopter blades work, but you know what? I'm cool with it if it gets the job done. Yeesh. Okay. Let me grab this and move it somewhere more reasonable. Yeah. Oh, I have to go around here. Okay. Um, that was not helpful. It's not even close. Well, actually, yes, it is. Hang on, because we still have to clean this. Well, had. Okay, hang on. Um, dun, 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 dun. Go fight with me, huh? See, I need you to be right there because I need to be able to get to. Why can't I put it right here? Like, what's physically stopping me from putting it right there? What? Good enough. Yeah, that helped. I don't think there's anything left on the back side of the chopper. You know, we haven't made our obligatory get to the chopper joke yet. So there it is. Get to the chopper. Salad toppings. Hey, you found some sunflower seeds. You should just go to the store and buy a giant bag of them. Like you can get them already chalked. I'll say peeled, but peeled's not the right word. You can get them shellless. You gotta go to Walmart and get a big bag, like an economy bag. Who wasn't nuts and season or salad? Well, it is not. It's not common, but good source of protein. This isn't gonna work. The scaffolding doesn't get me close enough. Ah. What if I just? What if we just use the ladder? The step stool is too small. That doohickey's too big. The scaffolding is too big. You know. I'm wondering how it's going to get up in there. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's your personal preference. I mean, you can put whatever you want in there. I probably wouldn't put seeds in my salad either, but that's just me. It does seem a little weird. Damn it. Damn it. Uh, uh, uh. Gross. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Man, this is a really tight spot to get in here. Like, how am I? This spot's evil. This spot is evil. Oh, thank God. Mercy were shown. %98 clear. What am I missing? Yeah, that'll do it. The under my belly. Yeah. Oh, getting down to the wire. Landing gear, tires, tail rotor blades. Oh, okay. Landing gears. Might be the landing gear up front. Yep. That still leaves this, though. Big leap. Fucking stuck on something. Goddamn ladder. I've cleaned this bitch so much. How is it still? How? How? Where? Where is there possibly dirt? There's no dirt on the landing gear. You're just being facetious. Facetious. Can the ladder? Can the ladder? Can the ladder? Have the ladder? Have it? Bitch. Tail rotor blades. I got the tail rotor blades. Hey, they're all dinged. Nitpicking. Nitpicking. You some bitch is nitpicking. Where? You show me where there's one teeny iota of dirt left. Where? There's none. We got it all. Seriously, where? Where? Son of a bit. Oh, I see where. Really? You shum bitch. I have Minecraft Java Edition since you bought it, not knowing you can't connect a controller to it. A better version of Minecraft. I don't know. I have no idea if I have it or not. I couldn't tell you.